Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Shakana, aka the Purpose Therapist, and we're coming at you with another episode of the Stress Free series. Happy New Year! I hope you had an amazing time. I hope it was full of love and the holidays were excellent for you. But it's time to get into these goals and get into the best version of ourselves. So that's what this is all about today. Today we're learning about how to cultivate you. So grab some pen, a paper, get you some water, get all comfortable and prepared, and get ready to take some notes so that we can be the best version of ourselves in this year. Let's get started. So remember when I was talking about getting some pen and some paper? Well, this is what this is for, okay? It's so that you can go ahead and have these different areas to take notes while we're going through this process. Today, we're going to be talking about the 4 R's: realizing, reinventing, regrouping, and then restarting, okay? Realize, reinvent, regroup, restart. Realize, reinvent, regroup, restart. Realize, reinvent, regroup, and restart. If we can stick to these 3 R's, for our goals at the top of the year, and even if we have to make some adjustments throughout the year, it'll help us stay on focus and get to the best version of what we think our year is supposed to look like, what we think our professional life might look like, personal life, all those things, okay? So that's what this is all about, and I'm super duper excited. So go ahead, get your piece of paper. You can break it down into 4. You can do 4 bullet points, however you want to do it, but make sure that you're covering realize, reinvent, regroup, and restart. And each spot, you're going to want to write 3 to 5 action steps based on what we're talking about today as we go through our process, okay? So let's get into it. Realize, reinvent, regroup, and restart, okay? Realize, reinvent, regroup, restart. Let's go. So again, just in case we missed it, you want to realize, reinvent, regroup, and restart. Those are our 4 R's that we're going to try to focus on, thinking about our 2023 goals, our motivation, our passions, and even when things kind of don't go the way we want them to go, still being able to go back to these to reevaluate what it looks like to have a better year. So again, guys, let's go ahead and get started on that. This is your opportunity too. If you haven't already, grab your pen, your paper, put on there, realize, reinvent, regroup, restart. All right. And I'm going to tell you what those mean right now. Okay. First things first, guys. First things first is you have to realize you have all the potential in the world. There may be some areas that you struggle in, but that won't stop your purpose. There's something in you that cannot be stopped. That's the first things first. When we're thinking about our goals, when we're thinking about what we want to work on for the new year, when we think about who we want to become, you have to know that there is something valuable about you. You. You have purpose, you have value, you have something that you can add to every space that you're in, with your family, professionally, in your career, whatever the case. You have something of value to add. And not only do you have something of value to add, it's never too late to add that value. As long as you're here, as long as you have breath in your body and ability to move, there's something that you can do to add to the spaces that you are in. So take that when you're getting ready to do your goals. Don't look at them like, no, I can't do this, or I don't really have the potential, or there's something that's out of reach for me in this area. Don't say that. Instead, redirect your attention and realize that you have something that you can add. You have something of value. And with a powerful thought like that, you can really do anything. Your potential is limitless. So that's the first step, guys, is realizing that you have value, that there's something that you can do, something that you can add to add improvement to something. Your personal life, your family life, career, professionally, things like that. So what you want to do is kind of write that down. Like, realize what? What do I realize? What do I realize about myself? Take a moment, pause for a second. What are some things, if I look within myself, what can I realize about me? What can I realize of some of my gifts, some of my talents? What can I realize of some of the things that I'm passionate about? Maybe there's something that you put down for a long time that you want to pick back up. You deserve that. Realize it. Realize you deserve to live a full and exciting and happy life. And that looks like tapping into those things that are inside of you and bring those things out so you can add value to every space that you're in. Okay? Realize that. First R. Realize. Okay? Got that? Hope you write it down. Hope you get that information in, and we'll get on to the next one. The next one is reinvent. Okay? The next one is reinvent. And this one is so important. This is telling you to take inventory and see where we need to direct our energy. Who is this new you in this new year? What does she look like? How does she dress? What are some of their habits and your beliefs? Like, what are the things that accompany this reinventing you? Once you realize that you have something to add, some value and things like that, some purpose to your life, okay, so how can I implement those things? What does reinvented me look like? And when we're talking about cognitive behavioral therapy and solution-focused therapy, there's this thing called the miracle question, right? And the miracle question kind of asks us, okay, what is it? If everything was perfect and exactly as it's supposed to be, what would that look like? And you take those things and you apply that to your everyday life and your everyday goals. That's what this is asking. Really taking inventory, seeing where we need to direct our energy so we can be the best version of ourselves, okay? This one is a tough one, all right? Regroup. Tapping into your resources. Who's in your corner? What does accountability for you look like when establishing your goals and purpose? Who do you know is already on the path that you're looking towards? And what does a partnership or mentorship with them look like? What other resources are out there? This space is a resource. Countless information, always something to inspire and uplift you. Those things are important. As you're developing into who you want to be, what that looks like, you want to look at your group, look at who's around you and how they can help support you in these goals that you want to have for 2023. Okay? So regroup. Get the team together. Get your accountability resources in order. What can you start to do to help yourself redirect that energy and build the best version of you yet? Last but not least, restart. Once you got all these things in order for you, okay, you've done the work, you've realized, you reinvented, you regrouped, now it's time to restart. Put those goals and things like that into action. What did you start to think about? Who were the people that you thought of? Can you send them a text? Can you give them a phone call today? Can you send them an email, right? What were those things that you were thinking that you could start to do? Is it a new dance class you want to take or a new workout class you want to do? Are there some changes that you need to start making in your eating habits? Have you thought about like healthcare management as it relates to yourself and what your own routine around that looks like? What about your schedule for eating, for working out, for stretching, even taking some seconds to breathe throughout the day? What does it look like for you to restart? Everything in 2022 is over in 22. Take inventory of yourself, take those lessons, right, and apply them to this part right now. There's always an opportunity for you to start over, and now's the time. Today is the day. There's nothing you have to do but start. You just have to start. So what does step one look like for you? And I want you in that same box that talks about restarting. Whatever you're thinking of, write that thing down. What are your action steps related to restarting? All right, what are those action steps? What is step 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5, okay? And how can I start to implement those things? And if you really want to be serious about it, put a date on it. What is the date that I can put on this thing to help me understand that I can work towards this goal? Do I need to do this by next Thursday? Do I need to do this by next week, Tuesday? Do I need to do this in 2 weeks, by the end of this month? What does it look like for me to establish these goals that I've talked about? Okay, last but not least, I hope you remember this if nothing else. Remember that you have got this. You got this. You didn't get those visions in your mind for no reason. You didn't get those positive thoughts for no reason. These goals that you have, that you're thinking about, the healthcare goals, the family goals, your relationship goals, personal goals, professional goals, whichever, they're not there for no reason. And you have everything you need. Everything you need, the tools to make that happen, you got it. Just take time to do those resources. Use those resources that you already have. If you haven't already, please, you have the opportunity to write down, what does it look like for me to realize? What are some action steps I can do to reinvent? What are some action steps I can do to regroup? And what are some action steps I can take to restart, right? And once we start to kind of write those things down, it'll become clearer to us what these goals should look like, how we should make them happen, and how we can push ourselves to a better and more complete version of ourselves. So again, I'm kind of AKA the Purpose Therapist. I hope you enjoyed this next episode of the Stress Free series. And I hope that you really have the tools that you need to make some things happen. And if you ever need some extra support, feel free to reach out at purposejoy.org, at the Purpose Therapist on Instagram, and at Purpose Joy. I hope you have a phenomenal year, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.